everyone, welcome to our channel. This is a series called Write Well with Maxxcell where we discuss the writing section of IELTS exam in detail. So far we have covered the basics, the judging criteria or the writing band descriptors. We have also looked at task 1, which is letter writing and report writing, and we have covered essay writing in general. Today we are going to look at one specific essay, which is the discussion essay. Without further ado, let's begin. We are going to look at the structure of a discussion essay. We will take one example of a discussion essay and solve it and see how to structure paragraph wise and how to structure the ideas separately. Without further delay, let's begin. First, let us understand how to structure the essay. So, like we covered in our last video, we can see this is the basic structure of any essay. So in case of discussion, we have the introduction, we have where we paraphrase and write the thesis statement. Then coming to the body paragraphs, we have to write the first viewpoint, we also have to cover the other viewpoint, and at the end we have to give our opinion, ending the essay with the conclusion. So this is the example of the question that we have taken for today. It is commonly believed that nowadays main factors that affect a child's development are media, pop culture and friends. A different point of view is that family plays the most significant role. Discuss both the views and give your opinion. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Now this is an example of a discussion essay. This is how the question will look. So the main question statement here is discuss both the views and give your opinion. So how are we going to plan the essay? Now, as we discussed in our last video, you should spend the first 5 minutes of your time for your essay planning your essay. This step is very important because it will guide your writing and make it seem very coherent and cohesive. Now here, in case of the first paragraph, as we know, it's introduction. That is a very simple task where you have to paraphrase the question statement and just write the thesis statement. We will look at it in a short while, but how to structure the body paragraphs. Now this is the important part. This is what you're going to plan. You're not going to spend time planning the introduction or the conclusion. You're going to work on the middle part, that is the body paragraphs. Now in case of a discussion essay, you should have 3 paragraphs for the body. Here you can see in body paragraph 1, you should cover the first side or the first side of the argument. In case of the above question, here you can see the first side is, it is commonly believed that nowadays the main factors that affect a child's development are media, pop culture and friends. Now these 3 things, as we can see, one side or some people believe that these are the main factors that influence a child's behavior. On the other hand, the other part is that family plays the most important role. So in case of this essay, we will take the first part, and here is the first point that we are going to make. Why and how do friends, family and the content they consume affect a child's psyche? Okay, and the first point that we have made here is children imitate their favorite characters. Now we know that if we interact with any children, we always know that they are always imitating their favorite character that they see in a movie or in some cartoon or something, right? So here is the first point, that they always imitate their favorite character, their favorite cartoon, right? And the other thing is, one example that we have given here is the toys. Most of the times, if you will see, the toys that they buy or that they are attracted to are related in some way to the content they consume on TV, right? So if you have Elsa figurines, right, you have all these kind of Barbie dolls that they see on TV, they will demand in real life also. So this is the example we have chosen here. Okay, and coming to body paragraph 2. Now body paragraph 2 will be Here we can see the other side, that is the family. How are we going to prove that family is also significant? Okay, here we can see parents should always be present. Okay, parents are always present in their children's life at the early stages, right? And they are responsible during this period. The example that we have taken is of dysfunctional families. Okay, as we know, children coming from dysfunctional families usually show behavioral problems. Now, this is a very well-known common fact. We have taken that as an example. Okay, so here you can see this body paragraph plan is for you. So you can write short forms, you can write words that will affect, like that will trigger your memory regarding what point you want to write. So make sure this is very brief, right? It should be within a very short span of time. You should brainstorm these ideas. Now this is for me because this will help me write my own essay. So this is what I came up with. Obviously, when you plan your essay, it will be slightly different, right? When I come to body paragraph 3, I will say that values. Okay, here I'm going to give my opinion, and my opinion is that all the values that children have are imbibed by their parents. Like, so they get all their values from their parents. If the parents give them good values, then the child will obviously not take up some bad habits. Moving on, now we'll see the introduction of the essay. Here, as we have discussed in our last video, if you have not watched that video, please check it out. It will help you in your essay writing greatly. So there are two things when it comes to introduction. First is the paraphrase, and second is the thesis statement. Now let's see the question again. Okay, now what is the question statement? Okay, it is commonly believed that nowadays main factors that affect a child's development are media, pop culture, and friends. A different point of view is that family plays the most significant role. This is your question statement. It's just a simple, neutral kind of a statement. In that case, that becomes your question statement, right? Now, what are you going to paraphrase? This is everything that you're going to paraphrase. Okay, instead of saying it is commonly believed, we are going to say postulated, right? It is often postulated, okay, that teachers, peers, and media. Now, instead of saying friends, we have said peers and the media, right, have a significant influence on this life of children. While some people argue that these factors are predominant in shaping a child's future, others believe that parents impact their offspring. Instead of saying children, we are using the word offspring in more critical ways, right? So look at the changes that we have made. We have made a lot of changes with respect to vocabulary. This is exactly what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to write the same idea but in different words. You are supposed to use synonyms, you are supposed to use closely similar words. All of these you are going to use to make the retain the idea of the question but yet make it different. You can also see that we have restructured some of the sentences. This essay, now coming to the next part, okay, the thesis statement. The thesis statement is basically what you will be covering in the essay. So in case of this essay, we are going to look at both the points of view and we are also going to give our opinion. So here you can see my thesis statement here. This essay will discuss both these points of view and argue in favor of the latter. Right, so I have said that we will discuss both, and I have also made it clear what is my standing with respect to this topic. Moving on, the body paragraph 1. As we have discussed, it will be the first point of view, which says that the peers, the media that they consume, the kind of interactions they have with others, now that will influence a child more. So in this case, the first paragraph will completely support this notion. Okay, so when you write the first paragraph, make sure you are completely supporting the first notion, right? So in case of this, you can read here. On the one hand, the books children read and the music they listen to form their belief system. So this is our topic sentence. So right to the point, come straight to the point, and we have given the main idea, right? We usually see that children tend to copy the behavior of their favorite personality or fictional character. Remember in the plan what we had written. So now I am elaborating on the plan that I made. Moreover, when little ones work and play in groups, they are influenced by their peers. Okay, so now I'm elaborating the second part of the point, that is their peers are also important, correct? Other factors like the media also prompt children to want things regarded as fashionable. Now we are going to come to the example part, okay? For here, see. Children demand toys, for instance, which are similar to the ones they see on television. So this entire paragraph was based on my first point in the plan. As you can see, children imitate their favorite character. This was my main point. And the example that I gave was toys they see on TV. Now moving on to body paragraph 2. In case of body paragraph 2, we are going to support the other notion completely. That is, parents are the more significant role players in case of children's development. So when I write the second paragraph, you have to completely be in support of that particular notion. Do not write opposing and confusing points within one paragraph. Make sure when you're writing each paragraph, you're completely in support of that particular idea. Now the second one is about the family and the role it plays, right? So here is the second paragraph. On the other hand, a child's personality is malleable at a very young age, and parents should always be present in their life at this stage. To explicate, a parent should be aware of their child's peers and social activities and also scrutinize their habits and entertainment consumption. Now, what am I saying here? I am completely supporting the idea that parents are responsible for everything. So the idea is that parents are constantly present and therefore they should be aware of what is happening in their child's life. Who are their friends? What are they watching? All of these things have to be scrutinized by the parents. If parents fail to do so, then what happens? Okay, then it is often reflected in the child. Okay, for example, now we are coming to the example that we had decided, which was dysfunctional families. So here you can see, for example, children who come from a dysfunctional family where they often face neglect exhibit behavioral problems at school, right? So here you can see this entire paragraph is completely based on the example that the plan that we made. Here you can see parents should always be present, and second point was, the example point was dysfunctional families. Now we'll move to body paragraph 3, which is the opinion, my personal opinion with respect to this topic. And what is my opinion? In my opinion, children's choice of friends, books or music depends on the values instilled in them by the parents. This was the main idea that we had planned, so we are going to write it accordingly. Also, parents can be selectively permeable about what content can be accessed by the children. So the second paragraph where we made the point about how parents should always be aware of what their children are watching and consuming. This is the second point that we have also included here itself. Therefore, parents hold a more substantial sway over their offspring than media, pop culture and friends. So here we can see that the entire paragraph is based off the main idea, that is the values, right? And it is completely supporting the second idea, that is family is more important. Moving on, finally we have the conclusion. Conclusion is basically everything that we said in the essay. We are going to rewrite it, restate the main points of argument and finish the essay in a nice touch, with a nice bow. Okay, so in conclusion, the outside world influences the intellectual and social development of children. However, I believe that it is parents who set the stage for these developments by laying a strong foundation from a very young age and shielding the child from improper content and bad company. So here we can see we have nicely tied up each and every main point that we have covered. Now here we are not going to include any new examples. We are not going to make any new points. Whatever points we have covered in the essay, we are going to put them in very short form and we are going to put it all together and make it a conclusion. Here we have covered that the outside world definitely influences children. We have also covered the fact that parents are the main people who set the stage for these developments, and we have also said that they are responsible for shielding the child from improper content and bad company. So that is it. This is how you are supposed to write the essay. If you want the complete essay, you can click on the link given below, which will lead you to the complete essay. You can check it out at your own pace. This is how you're supposed to structure a discussion essay. Now, for the question of the day, how would you plan the following essay? So, your main ideas, what are the examples you're going to include? All of these you're going to write and comment down below. Okay, so here is your sample question. Nowadays, many people prefer to be self-employed rather than to work for a company or organization. There are some other people who consider jobs advantageous. Now, this is the main question statement. You have to discuss both the views and give your opinion. So, how are you going to plan this particular essay? Comment below. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you are interested in more such detailed videos, comment below which type of essay you would like to see next. If there is any other content you might be interested in, also let us know. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. If you're looking for IELTS classes, look no further because we offer online as well as offline classes where we give you personalized feedback, comprehensive material and test series account with more than 140 tests. For more details, contact us.